It's time for the Daily Stand Up Podcast presented by AgileDad with your host, Lee Henson. Without any further ado, let's get started. It's Friday and it's time for our Agile, Not So Agile episode of the Daily Stand Up Podcast. And as always, today I want to start with a story. Now, this story is interesting. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you see where I'm going with it. So we're going to call out that there is a rural area with two towns. We'll call one Riverside and one Hillside. They sat on opposite sides of a vast river. For years, the only way to travel between them was by a ferry, which was time-consuming and often hindered by unpredictable river currents. Despite their geographical proximity, the towns remained culturally and socially isolated from each other. In Riverside lived a man named Samuel. Now, Samuel was an engineer, a man of vision who had spent his formative years studying in big cities, but chose to return to his hometown in Riverside. In Hillside was Lydia, a schoolteacher passionate about education and community development. Their paths crossed during a community event where Lydia had taken her students on an educational field trip to Riverside. Recognizing their mutual love for their towns and a shared vision of a connected future, they struck up a conversation about the challenges and a potential solution. I really believe that in life we need to spark up more of these conversations and not be afraid to talk through what we're facing and what we see as challenges in life. Samuel shared an idea that he'd been toying with for years, constructing a bridge to connect the two towns. It wasn't just about shortening travel time, but it was more about merging cultures, improving trade, and fostering relationships. Lydia, seeing the educational and communal benefits, was instantly on board. She was all in. But together they faced skepticism. The townspeople, set in their ways and wary of change, doubted the feasibility and necessity of such a project. But Samuel had blueprints, research, and data. Lydia had stories, community testimonies, and a vision of a united educational program for the children from both towns. They started small, organizing community meetings to present their idea, combined Samuel's technical knowledge with Lydia's persuasive skills, showcasing the tangible benefits of a bridge. To further their cause, they organized joint Riverside Hillside events, allowing townspeople to experience the rich culture and untapped potential of the other side of the river. As momentum grew, so did the challenges. Funding was the major obstacle. Instead of relying solely on external grants or government aid, the duo initiated some community fundraisers, bake sales, town fair, and charity auctions. These all became common sights. Children from Hillside would travel to Riverside to sell crafts. Riverside's local musicians would perform in Hillside squares. Then a breakthrough came when a businessman from a local neighboring city, seeing the potential of a united Riverside Hillside trade route, invested a significant sum of money into the project. With the financial hurdle partly cleared, construction was able to begin. The process was long, with nature often playing spoilsport. There were days when the currents were too strong or the weather was too harsh, but the collective spirit of the two towns, once skeptical, now worked tirelessly side by side to get it done. 2 years later, the bridge was built and named the Unity Span. It was inaugurated. Samuel and Lydia, standing hand in hand, watched as children ran across, merchants set up stalls, cultures began to merge. In the years that follow, Riverside and Hillside flourished. Trade boomed, schools ran exchange programs, festivals became grander. The Unity Span was no longer just a bridge of steel and wood and concrete, but it was a testament to the human perseverance, vision, and magic that happens when communities come together. Stories of Samuel, Lydia, and their bridge became lessons in schools and tales by firesides, reminding everyone that unity and determination could turn a tide, bridge gaps, and change the course of history. There's a reason I chose to share this story today. Many people ask me about the AgileDad logo, and I don't know if you put two and two together, but the AgileDad logo is a bridge. And the reason we chose a bridge for our logo is because we want to bridge communities together. We want to bridge technology with not technology. We want to bridge humans together so that they can learn about each other and learn about all of the different aspects of life that make us individual, unique, and special. We want to celebrate diversity and culture and inclusiveness. We want to help people bridge gaps that they have in their lives. And I think whether you're talking about bridging a gap between an understanding of how Agile applies to what you do, or whether you're talking about bridging a gap between understanding a different culture, race, religion, ethnicity, and trying to not just walk a mile in their shoes, but take your own shoes off first so you can have empathy for what people are going through and appreciate their time, talent, gifts, and contributions. I didn't think I was going to get emotional, but this is what Agile Dad's all about. We are about building bridges and tearing down walls. We're about helping people engage and understand that through the talents and gifts that we've been given, that we can help organizations, teams, projects, charity, benefits, nonprofits, whatever it is, be successful. And I want to extend a challenge to you. My challenge to you is to find one way to build a bridge in your personal life or professional life. Find a way to extend yourself to others. Find a way to break out of your mold, your proverbial mold, if you will. And when you start building bridges like Agile Dad did many years ago, it might take a little while to get that bridge built, and you're going to have challenges, and you're going to have all kinds of people standing in your way and obstacles and financial obstacles. But when you finally get that bridge built and you can extend a hand of fellowship to everyone on the other side, that's when you're going to discover who you really are and the power behind appreciation, love, and leading with light and love. That's going to do it for this episode. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Until next week, I encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.